Hello and welcome to our new listeners, and welcome back to those of you that have been with us along for the ride of this podcast journey of sugar and spice. Today, we are going to talk about our vacations,
Vacations. Haha.
our favorite vacation spots. Everybody's got a favorite vacation spot, and you got to talk about why it's your favorite vacation spot, what made us go there, why we had such a great time, and would we go back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my
What's
my
yours?
my favorite vacation, since my husband and I have been married and we've done vacations together, was Hawaii one year.
Mm.
Yeah, we've been 3 times, and we were in Kihei, and we rented a condo on the second floor, I do believe. Usually we get a ground floor, but we decided this time we'll go to the second floor. We'll climb stairs. And it was not right on the water, but I'd say, I don't know, 100, 200 feet from the water. I don't math well, so but we had to go across this great big lawn, and then it was the beach and ocean, and it wasn't a very busy beach at either.
Oh,
So yeah, we just really had a great time on that holiday. And we always like sometimes we like the all-inclusive resorts, but sometimes we just like to get a condo because we like to go
yeah.
shopping for our own food, and we
Hmm.
like to just stay in and cook our own food and then go down to the beach, especially
Hmm.
the mornings. And
Hmm.
you're like this too,
Yes.
where we like to just
Hang out, just
hang
like,
out. Yeah, I don't
yes.
I don't want to get dressed and have to go out for breakfast early in the morning
Gotta
because
put
I'm
your makeup
you put
on.
put my face on. I just want to get out of bed and make coffee and sit out on a lanai and whatever and enjoy my morning. And then when I'm hungry, we make breakfast. And then we get ready for the day. And
Yeah.
some people will say, well, that day's half over. It's noon, but my day starts at noon.
Well, we wouldn't do so well on tours,
No,
but
God, no. I'd never do a tour.
we are so much alike that way because the tour buses that you have to be there at 7 in the morning and you got to be stop here and stop there, and
Yeah.
it's like routine, like it's a grilled
Yes, it
routine,
is.
whatever, however you
Yeah,
want to
and you
say it.
got to follow along what everybody else is doing.
I don't do well with those at all because
No.
I like my morning snooze, like, sleep
Yeah.
in. Even if I don't sleep half the night, like at least I know in the morning I
Mhm.
can relax a little bit.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm definitely the same way. I've been to Hawaii as well.
Yes, you have.
9 years ago, my daughter was married in, trying to remember the name. It was the Big Island,
It was the
anyway.
Big
I
Island.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember all those words. It
You,
started with a
you
K.
not only math, you don't navigate.
It was a K.
It was a K.
Kiosk. No, no,
Yeah.
that. But yes, it was a little chillier. It was January, end of January. It was a little
Mhm.
windy. I thought we had it was an outside wedding, and I like a lot of heat, so it
Yes,
wasn't
we
as
both
hot
do.
then
Yeah.
for me, for my
Mhm.
taste, but it was really beautiful. It was wonderful. I do remember they evacuated the beach. The beach that we were on,
Oh,
it had
really?
black sand, like it
Uh,
was the volcanic type of
oh,
sand.
okay. Yeah.
And I recall I was playing with my granddaughters on the beach there, and the horn went off, and we had to get off the beach.
Was there a tsunami
Yeah, there was
coming?
some high tides
Oh,
coming.
high
Yeah,
tides.
so we had to
Okay.
get the hell out of
Get out of
there.
there because there's big waves in
Yeah,
Hawaii.
so we did, but yeah, Japan for my son's wedding.
Mhm.
So many years ago already, man.
Yeah.
Why do kids get older? Like I'm the same. We don't
I
get older, and
No,
they
we
just
don't. No, because we're a kid at
yeah,
heart.
we're
Yeah.
kids. So Japan was in August for their
Mm.
wedding, and it was a tradition. Well, no, she wanted more like a Western wedding
Oh,
in Japan.
really?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
the white dress and
Oh, yeah.
but it was so hot and muggy. It was
No.
it was like a big wet blanket. Every time you walked out the doors, it was like
Oh, and your hair went
it
bleh.
was all, yeah. But what a great experience, but really busy.
Yeah.
McDonald's was out there too. Yeah,
Oh,
that
my.
moved into Japan for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, but
Yes.
it was a great experience for sure. And
Right. And you've been to different parts of Mexico.
I was just gonna say though about Japan.
Oh,
You know how much I like my boots and my shoes.
yes.
Oh my god, they had the best shoes
Oh,
out
really?
there,
In Japan?
high heels, like
Oh, they would. Yes.
little tiny feet.
Yes.
I
And
have
you have little tiny feet too.
but yes,
Yeah.
I didn't bring very many home.
And you're
Anyway,
a little white French girl.
but yes, Mexico is
Yes.
another place.
Yeah, you've
Yes.
had different places, and you've always been with your husband on those
Yeah.
trips,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
And we went to Mexico together.
Yes, that was
Yes,
fun.
yeah.
Rocky Point. And
Yeah.
we wrote a song. Could get this. There's a place called Rocky Point, what, about 4 hours
South of Arizona
yeah.
border. Yeah.
So we went, we rented a condo together, you and
Mm-hmm.
your husband, mine and my husband. And the name of the place is called Rocky Point. So what do
Yeah.
we do on the drive there? We write the song Rocky Point.
Yeah.
If you heard of Rocky Top,
Yes.
if
Yeah.
you're a country fan,
So we did like a parody.
we
Yeah.
did a parody on that.
Parodies and parados. Yeah.
Good old Rocky
Good
Point.
times.
Rocky Point.
Point.
Mexico.
Mexico.
That was
Yes.
it. It's coming back to me now.
Yeah, we haven't sang it forever. Yes, that's right.
So yeah, Mexico.
Yeah, we did that. And then when we went back to Arizona at the resort we were staying at, we went and sang it for everybody there.
Everybody
Yeah.
got to hear it.
But yeah, we wrote it on the way there in the back seat. The boys are in the front seat and we were in the back and writing this song. Yeah. So
And-
it was what, 2 or 3 days we were there.
Yes, and I mean we did stop at a tequila tasting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was So we got some tequila cream to put in our coffee. I think we drank all that, and then we bought a couple of big bottles.
Yes.
Yes, I think I
Probably.
don't have the biggest one that we bought. Yeah,
Yes.
but we bought tequila and drank all that, and then we went. It was too funny because we went down to a restaurant. The dock was over the water, and there was us 4 people, and then about for the longest time it was just us. And then I don't know, half an hour later, another 2 couples sat down, but they sat down like 6 tables away from us. So we went over and talked to them afterwards, and they heard us telling our waiter that we were from Canada, and they were like, "Yeah, we're from Canada too." So we go over and talk to them, and lo and behold, they're from Alberta. And actually, I think one of them was your relative. And knew of me as well because they were kind of my relative too.
Stalking us, like, geez, what the heck?
Yeah, so we chatted with them for a while, going away in Mexico just to run into people back from Alberta.
Yeah.
And then we went to this other place, Wrecked on the Beach.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was so fun. Oh, did we? And there was
We
sugar. There was a shot there. Remember?
Was it on the menu?
Yes, it was on the menu. I got a picture of it.
We
Sugar and
do.
spice shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they were big shots too. Like, so we got a little wrecked on the beach, and then of course the jewelry guy comes around, right? And so now
they liquor you up, and then they try to sell you
Yeah.
jewelry.
And of course we're hitting them in, going, "Give us some money. I want to buy this." And so I think I bought a bracelet. I think you bought a ring. I can't remember if you did or not.
Can't remember.
You're too wrecked on the beach.
Yeah, no.
And we met more people there that knew Nick.
Mhm.
Nick, they were from Alaska, and they knew some
Relatives
of
his,
of your hubby's. So it
It's
was just like,
yeah.
so those kind of vacations, like are memorable ones, right?
I've been on ferries before, but when we went to Cozumel,
Right.
We took a ferry, and I'm loving it. Like I like a rocking chair. I like being in a water bed, those kind of things. I like that, the flow and that rocking motion. And my hubby's like, nah, he's a tough guy, but he's like turning green a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I'm almost asleep, and I'm loving it. But yeah, we went on the ferry to Cozumel. So, and then we rented a Jeep and we cruised around on there.
Cool.
Yeah, it was lots of fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one place I'd like to go is Cozumel.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Tulum, and I like the historical sites.
Yes. Yeah.
What, Chichen Itza?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza.
Think of chicken and nitzas. I don't know. That's kind of the spelling.
Chicken Itza.
Chickens and nitzas.
So
Yeah.
that is, I think Tulum was one of the places that has a lot of historical.
Oh yeah, like the pyramids
yes,
and how
and
they
so-
built things, and same with Chichen Itza. Like it's just amazing how.
Very cool
Yeah.
history.
Mhm.
Always intrigued me for sure.
Yeah.
Love that stuff.
Very hot though when
Oh,
you're
it
out
was-
there. Yeah, and those are at the place where you kind of have to take a tour. You got a tour guide
Yeah.
to know about
Yeah.
things, right? But yeah,
Jeez.
we like our heat, but it was. I know when we went to Tulum, I think it was plus 35 degrees
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Celsius that day.
We went
Yeah,
on separately together.
yeah, separately together. We do that a lot, separately together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when we went, it was smoking hot. I
yeah,
like heat,
yeah,
but it was pretty warm that day.
yeah.
And we did a walk. Like we walked all around
Yes.
there. Whew, that
That's the
was,
thing. You're exposed totally. You can't go into the water like when you're on the beach. You
yeah,
don't got that nice ocean
no.
breeze or whatever. Yeah.
Bring a wet hanky
Yeah.
around your neck or your head. That is a secret I've learned. And one
Mm-hmm.
of those towels, the what they call them, they work out sometimes. The blue ones, the long in a canister.
Oh, I can't remember the
It's a
call, but for
it's a simple name, but I can't remember it.
simple minds can't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really hot.
Yes, it's
But
really
yeah,
hot.
I'll take hot over cold
Oh,
any
absolutely.
day.
Yes. Like we're recording this in February 2023, and we got a hell of a storm last night. After it was last Friday, it was
Oh,
plus 12 degrees out, and we're walking around with no coats on. 3 days later, it's minus 20 and wind
two
and
feet of
2 feet
snow.
of snow. Yeah.
I had
So,
to. My car was buried.
yeah, it
It's
was. Yeah.
literally
So, welcome to Alberta.
Alberta.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, that's why we like to go to warm places in the
Yeah.
wintertime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona was really fun. I really, when my husband and I went to Arizona and like we sold everything and practically put some stuff into storage, bought a 42-foot diesel motorhome and with 4 slide outs.
Just
And that
love
was
it.
our house. And Gypsy here loved it. And my husband didn't mind it, but it wasn't quite, yeah.
Well, he still had to fly back and forth to
Yeah, yeah,
work. So
yeah, he
yeah.
did. And but even like being in small square footage, small quarters, yeah.
Yeah.
When you can't go outside, it gets really small really fast. Yeah. So
But you experienced it.
we did,
You got to
and
try it out.
we
At
got to
least.
stay in Arizona for 6 months. Well, I got to stay the whole time, but so anyway, that was really nice to be away from winter and be that
Oh.
one going on Facebook going,
Yeah, you poor suckers out
yeah,
there.
where it's plus 30 today and we're going hiking in the desert, blah blah
Uh,
blah, and and your friends are saying, yeah, right, yeah, asshole. So
but that's the thing about Arizona,
hmm
Mesa, where we were
yeah,
at. It was the temperature is like a dry heat.
yes,
It's just so it just goes into your bones. It's not like
yes,
the humid
yeah,
heat like we
yeah,
get, where you just want to jump in a pool. You just want to jump in cold water, but
yeah,
there it's a different kind of heat.
it
It's just
is.
and it's
And it's
constant.
just so warm.
It's
Like,
consistent though.
yeah, remember a couple summers ago we had plus 38 here
Ugh.
in Alberta, and so many people were like, "Oh my God, it's so hot!" And you and I were going. They brought Arizona
They
to
did.
us.
That's exactly what I was saying because I was like, yeah, I'm not complaining. We
Yeah,
couldn't go back. Like we didn't go back to Arizona because
yeah,
we had sold this little park model that we had there and we were renting it out. Whoops.
yeah.
Anyway, getting excited just talking about
I know,
Arizona and the
and the
heat.
hands are going now.
I'm French. What can I tell you? But yeah, we had really awesome heat, a
Yes,
good heat, just like Arizona. So yeah, it
yeah.
felt like we were back there without having to go there.
Yeah, exactly. So when we were there, like there was a few winters where it got a little cooler, like January,
The
February.
evenings were
Yeah,
cool. We used
yeah,
to have to sit around a little, if we wanted to, a little propane
yeah, propane
fire
fire.
pit or whatever.
But we had one of those pop-up tents and it had a vent up the top. So
Ooh.
we would, if it was a little too cool, we'd go in that tent, had our propane fire in there. And it was so cozy. And then you'd walk out and go, ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
when you had to go back in the motorhome. But
What
yeah.
was it about the critters there? Which critters did you like and which
Oh,
didn't you like?
well, because it was winter time, there, you go hiking out in the desert. Um, I never saw, I actually, I was going to say, I never saw a snake, but one hiking group I went with one time, there was a big snake in underneath a shrub,
Oh,
but there was, because you can't pack a piece in Arizona,
a
so, a
piece,
piece, yes,
not peas,
a
peace,
piece,
like
yes. there was always one person in the group that had a gun,
Oh, okay.
and for that reason,
Yeah, I've never
because
gone on these tours.
so to just in case you ran
Yeah.
into a snake.
Yeah.
One hike, a tarantula, but it had been squished by a vehicle,
Oh
so it
dear.
was dead,
See,
and that was the only way I want to see a tarantula, squished and dead. Yeah.
Are you a country music fan?
Because we have a new country song called Starting Tomorrow.
It's for all you procrastinators out there, including ourselves.
That's right. And the track is available on all digital platforms, and it's been available as of February 23rd. So go on out there and listen to our new song called Starting Tomorrow.
My two, critters, the ones I really loved were the crickets at night.
Loved it.
I could sleep like a baby. They'd
Yes.
sing to me. And then there was the what the cuckoo birds? They call them cuckoo birds, but I think they're lovebirds. They call them.
I think they're
doves.
called both. Yeah, so kind of
Doves
a
or something?
doves or whatever. Those.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
But in the morning at
Yeah.
like 6 in the morning,
whatever. I know we sound
like could you please
stupid.
let me sleep in? But at night is when I
Yeah.
really truly, I mean, growing up on the farm, frogs were my thing.
Yes.
I could go to sleep with the sound of frogs croaking. They weren't dying, but they were just like.
But they were croaking.
Yeah. But crickets just have this. I did it just.
I know. The first time we came down with you and to visit you guys down there, and you left the window open, and my husband and I said, "Oh, that is noisy. I don't think we're ever going to fall asleep." At first, we thought we're not going to fall asleep with the sounds of these crickets.
Oh, no.
Well, before you know, it's morning. And so we were like, oh my God, like we really did enjoy listening to the crickets. So now, like even when we listen to stuff over our little speaker and going to sleep at night, a lot of times we listen to crickets because it puts us to sleep. I love the sound of crickets and frogs. So when we're back in Alberta, when it's springtime and the frogs are out, you can hear them all.
There were also some scorpions.
Yes, I only saw one. How many did you see?
We actually got to our park model one time, and there was one in the sink, alive, and it was a big one. We still don't know how it got in, because maybe under the park model into the sink, up the pipes.
Oh yeah.
Still don't know. It was a big guy, so big.
Yeah.
But they're just like their little claws. They're just like, oh boy, they just want
to
chew on you. But we've seen a few.
I saw one.
And you should never leave your shoes at night, like outside.
Right.
Because you might have a surprise
in the morning. Yes.
Some natural clippers in there.
I think about that day we were recording a video. We were in Arizona, and it was a beautiful day, and tequila was flowing.
It was always
it's always a beautiful day, and the tequila was pretty much always flowing. And we wrote a song called Tequila Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So we have written a Christmas song.
We have.
Yes. And
correct.
So we were out on the pad there, and we had the music playing. I have a keyboard that we're playing, and we were walking around barefoot that day. I remember because you commented, "Oh, my feet are so black."
Well, that, and there's a line in the song about our flip flops.
Yes. Yeah.
So I took them off, and I was like, smacking them, whatever. Yeah, we were walking around barefoot.
Yes, but at the same time, they were going around spraying because.
That's right.
Right, we were.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we were recording that video, so it took us. We don't ever plan things. We just let's wing it. And we were doing it with that video that day, and we were winging it. And it took us about 13 takes.
13.
Yeah, but I think everybody in the rest of that park was ready to clomp us one, like, shut up.
I think they knew the lyrics by heart by the time. They knew it better than we did, probably.
Yeah, but they were having fun listening to us because we were just, drinking tequila and singing this song. And we have to drink tequila when you're singing a Tequila Christmas song.
Yeah, tequila Christmas,
so that video is on our YouTube channel as well. So...
And I couldn't believe I felt like Johnny Fever in that one, because I was grabbing this bottle, to go along with the song, and
prop girl.
the more I drank, the faster. My reflexes were awesome.
They were.
Wasn't
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was
You
the
were
pro.
on. Yeah.
I was a hero
I
that
think
day.
it took a whole bottle that day. But talking about favorite vacations, that's where
Wow.
together we've had
So
great
fun.
vacations in Arizona. We've gone. There's some. They dam the Colorado River, and then wherever they dam it, then there's lakes. So there's a couple of lakes that we would go to. We go to boating, Saguaro Lake,
Yes.
and then the other one's not coming to mind right now with the name of
Yeah.
it, but we would go boating on there. And it's just, they're kind of in a canyon, so it's so cool being prairie girls, right? Not prairie dogs. Prairie girls. It's, you go to lakes out in the prairies here other than the mountains,
Yeah.
but most times for us it's a lake.
Mountains.
and it's flat, there's nothing else around, so it's kind of like water and land for miles, right? So to go to a lake in Arizona where it's in a canyon and there's all these cacti and different, just desert shrubs and everything, and be out in a boat. And then even my husband and I, a few years later, when we got into kayaking with some other friends, we would go kayaking on those lakes, and we loved it.
You would think, I mean, I would always think that a desert, like
no water,
half an hour away from me. So that lake.
It was
so beautiful.
Yeah, I never thought I'd like the desert, but man, oh man, the heat was just awesome. And being able to just drive a half an hour to a lake and go boating or kayaking or just hang out by the water. They had a lot of picnic areas there and stuff. We went side-by-siding one time out in the desert, that's a huge thing out there.
I'd never
sand duning.
We never did that.
Never did that? Oh.
Something on my
your bucket list. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of ties into my other vacation type of thing. Like we got this older motor home, so going camping, like I could live in that thing. My boots would not fit, my shoes and my stage clothes would never fit in there. But I mean, just to go out and camp for a couple nights, love it. Just love it.
And you guys boondock. You go out and you don't go into a campground. You guys just go out and you go to leased land.
Yes.
Yeah. And people don't know that in Alberta, you can actually go on leased land, and you can park there, and you're allowed so many days or whatever that you can do that on leased land. You can also do it in Arizona. A lot of people boondock there as well. Yeah, we, my husband and I never really boondocked because if we were there, like if he was there full time all the time, I think we would have tried it, but because he wouldn't leave me alone out there in the desert. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
it doesn't sound right. Yeah. Again, he's French.
Doesn't the guy have any control? What the hell?
Yeah. But you can boondock. And so if you don't know what boondocking means, it's where you go without power and you have whatever's in your water tank, that's what you got for however many days. And you got a boondock shower, they call it. You just run the water, you wet yourself, shut it off. And then
wet yourself.
Now I'm wetting myself. He can't keep his hands on. Yeah.
I pick up on these things.
Get yourself soaked down with water, and then you shut it off, and then you soap yourself up, and you use paper plates or whatever. You conserve water while you're boondocking, and you don't use power as much.
Well, we have a generator.
Oh, well, you got a generator.
Generator, actually, you can have all the.
But that runs off gas, so diesel. So you got to watch how much you use the generator
for
too.
2 nights, it's all good.
2 nights, it's all good. Yeah,
we've never really gone like weeks on end or anything like that. Just on a weekend, and but that's the fun stuff. Is just to have a campfire afterwards, and be by the lake.
After what?
Now you're catching up with gotta watch myself. Yeah, I love camping.
Yeah,
love camping.
I do too. I like to go out. I don't mind the campgrounds. Actually, the size of motorhome we have right now, we have to stick to campgrounds, and we have to stick to campgrounds that have like pull-throughs, and we can't do provincial campgrounds because it's too small, and our motorhome's way too big. So, but when we do get a smaller one, then we plan to go to more places.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah. I don't. It's hard to once you go big, it's hard to downsize. Yeah. So I'm used to all the big space, but I can do it just
I
for a couple of days.
I
Yeah.
have to say, there's a lot of people that they like to still go tenting.
Oh yes. Yeah.
There's
Not
pretty modern
me.
tents out there. I'm
Yes.
not so much a tenter anymore
Mm-mm,
at all
mm-mm.
either. Um, but yeah,
If I have to
I don't
crawl around in it, I ain't
I
doing
don't like
it.
to wake up with I mean, I can rough thing. I can handle roughing it. No toilets and haul your own water
You can
from the
be like a
lake.
bear
Oh
and go
yeah.
poop in the woods.
Won't be the damn first time. Gosh, a hillbilly, But yeah, I mean, it's fun because you go back home and you have running water.
Oh,
You really
appreciate it.
appreciate,
Mm-hmm.
being a little bit more, yeah,
Those
roughing it.
amenities,
Yeah,
yeah, having those just at the a turn of a
yeah,
tap or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
No, I love it.
No. Yeah, and you guys go out to the mountains and you just go out wherever, and like where I'd be like the
Yeah.
chicken shit of that.
We even
Yeah.
go without any like no signals,
See, oh
for phone.
Jesus, yeah.
We said we probably should not be doing that
Yeah.
anymore. Maybe get one of those
Boosters.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
have
right.
a booster so just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, if you got your location guy on there on your phone, then they
Oh
can
yeah.
still find you. Yes.
Yeah, yes, that's
They can
right.
still find you. Yes.
Sometimes
But
we don't
that's
want
well, that's
anybody
why
to
I was just
find
going to
us.
say that's why you're on vacation so that you don't get found and
Yeah.
you're by yourself. Yeah. So where else have we gone? We covered Hawaii, Mexico, Arizona.
Where
Yeah.
would you
So
want to go
where
that you
would I
haven't
want?
gone?
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
know where
Yes.
I want to.
Yes. I think we want to go to the same place, but one another
Oh.
place my husband and I really want to go to Spain.
Spain,
Yes.
Italy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yes.
the
Those.
pizza, the wine.
Mm-hmm.
They have the wine.
Yes.
The wine.
The wine. Yeah, exactly. So, and just the food and everything. And I know other people have gone to Italy and they just like, if you live in Canada and you're familiar with the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, it's very much like Italy. That's why a lot of
Yeah.
Italians have moved there, and they are wine.
Their vineyards.
They vineyards and they're wine owners.
Wineries.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're winers.
Wineries.
They're winers, and because it's much like around Tuscany and in
Yes.
Italy.
Tuscany.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
but I've known some people who've gone to Tuscany and they go, there's no comparison. Like
Oh,
Tuscany's
yeah.
so
Oh, yes,
beautiful.
yes.
So just the things
But-
there. So yeah, so Spain is on my list. Italy, I'd love to go to Italy as well
Yeah.
because of that for
Oh,
wine.
Texas.
Texas. Yes, that's another thing on the list because of the country music there. Yeah, and there's also like southern Texas where it's on the ocean.
Yeah.
So
those are two on the bucket list.
yeah, exactly. So I feel very fortunate that I've been able to travel so much, and same with you. There's a lot of people who don't get that opportunity, I guess, and some people don't like to travel. And they don't want to get on a plane or whatever.
Well,
but yeah,
some people are very comfortable just to stay home
Yeah.
and do their thing and be around their families.
Mhm.
My family's pretty much all grown up, and
Yeah.
my granddaughters are older. But yeah, for me,
we've got that gypsy in us, and it's
gypsy, I think so.
and we like to see how
Yeah.
how other people live and just explore and
Yeah.
and sometimes new songs come out of that too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, like I said before, traveling and driving, it just feeds my creative juices,
Yeah.
and it seems like come up with a lot of stuff
Right.
out of boredom sometimes.
What about on the plane?
Planes?
You put your earplugs in,
Yeah.
you put your little eye mask on, and you're out.
I try. I do. That's probably because our lives are so busy
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about the only
Yeah.
time to just like
Yeah.
lay low and
Yeah,
just relax.
exactly.
But going back to Italy, I was watching a documentary about their, I think it was a traveling, this guy would go around all the restaurants and try out their different
Oh,
foods.
yes.
And he was in Tuscany.
Yeah.
And the people there, they just are relaxed. They'll have their wine with every meal, and
Mhm.
they take life so much
A slower pace.
slower.
Yes.
Different kind of rush.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
seriously,
right? Same thing about Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the friends of ours that have been there, that they just say it's on a slower pace. Also, you go for fish and chips. they actually cook the fish
Oh,
at a
yeah.
restaurant. This is at a
Mm.
restaurant. They cook the fish on an open fire.
Oh, that's gotta be good.
And he said, you'll never, fish and chips is never the same
No.
after that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when we go camping, and basically, I mean, we have a propane stove, you know,
Yeah.
and in the motorhome.
Yeah.
But I mean, we end up cooking by the fire just
Yeah.
because of the taste, like corn on the
Exactly.
cob and potatoes and
Steak. Yeah.
everything, like just
Yeah.
the flavor. So I could imagine, oh, that'd
Yeah.
be so good.
It would, wouldn't it? Yes. Oh,
Make my
food.
mouth water.
Yes. Well, we have traveled many places, but we still have many places to go
Oh,
to and
yes.
explore. So let us know in the comments, where have you traveled to? What's your favorite place? And where do you want to go? And places that we've talked about, maybe you've been there as well, and some of your experiences there. Let us know in the comments. And once again, thank you for listening to Sugar and Spice. Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's Sugar and Spice podcast. We really appreciate you listening. We'd also appreciate if you could follow us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. And please provide comments of how you enjoyed this wonderful podcast. We'd like to have fun, and we'd like to have our listeners have fun along with us.